Hey, Hart. I don't know if I ever told you this before, but you're one cool meow. Now, can I ask you something?
Welcome back to Mad Red Dead, everybody.
Mad Rat, this is so sudden.
Not that, you doof. You're not just a hallucination, are you?
The doctor said nobody would notice.
Why'd you appear inside of me?
Because you're dying.
Everyone at the heart and
Eh.
Houston clinic.
I think I came to change your fate, Mad Rat.
What do you mean?
You're breathing, aren't you? But it didn't change, and you're still gonna die.
Aww.
That's it.
So, what are you then?
You don't have the heart to tell him just yet.
Ugh.
You don't want to say?
No.
Why not? I'm waiting. You better tell me before you die. Or else, I can't die.
Duh.
Come on, we have to hurry back to the lab.
We're doing it. We're gonna stop that rat god.
Well, among other things.
Mad Rat?
It's not like she could stop the beat.
Right now, I don't care what you are. Are you on my side?
Of course. I'm your heart.
That's all I need. Alright, let's go get that human before the rat god comes back.
Okay. Got it. Let's head to the lab, and we get the whole thing. The Mad Rat and the heart and
The Mad Red and the Heart.
Heart,
One is a
heart.
genius, the other is Heart.
I see you finally still have that one doodle line made in memory.
Slap it on there, Johnny.
and as
Okay.
and as Hype said, like it is surprisingly
Fitting.
surprisingly silly how well it fits.
And actually,
Especially
I'm
when
just
you really think about it, Heart is kind of the smarter of the two.
He is.
actually
It's
now
like
I'm
he's
just
both the heart and the brain.
it's like now I'm just thinking back to like the just further comparison, and it is one of my favorite lines from the reboot. It's like,
Make it a devil's food cake, Hart, because we're gonna send that rat god through hell.
I think still one of my favorite gags for the entire thing, and I know it's kind of been played out to hell and back by the community, but it's like the internet is the greatest human thing ever devised, and you know what that means, Pinky?
I
It's
think
like-
so, brain, but I don't think I'm allowed to say it.
yeah, well, like the whole line is like, the internet is the world's most, it's like the most complex information, the use of information by
Ever
humankind.
devised, and you know what
And-
that means, Pinky? I do, but I don't think I'm allowed to say it. And I think one of
Surprisingly
my favorite
good,
bits about
Pinky.
that is just Pinky's total confidence in that.
Yeah.
Like, usually it's just all, I think so, right? But no, that's just a literal, I do.
But we
Yeah.
can't say it. It's like it's that and Pinky
It's
the Brain
about
has
time
some-
I tell you about the birds and the bees. Now, one of them has antlers and the other has thorns, but I don't remember which one.
It's that one, and I like. They've had some, even in the classic shows, they've had some fantastic lines like, "The Kentucky Derby is coming up this weekend, Pinky. Do you know what that is? I'm assuming it's like a very large hat. Promise me one." And he's like, "Promise me one thing, Pinky. Never breed."
reproduce.
Breed.
That's a good
Fine.
one.
Then they meet the horse that looks just like Pinky. He's like,
It's
"Dear
a-
God, they're
That is a
multiplying."
horse. You are a mouse.
Well, no couple is perfect.
But no, and then just like Brain's like, "Dear God, they're multiplying." Also, this beat is very. This is
Oop,
almost.
there
Oh,
it goes.
jeez, there it was. Like, it was almost too chill for a second there.
Yeah, especially for the level that you were on.
I think one of my favorite Pinky
Oh.
is in that regard.
That was a
I
little
think
too
so,
close for
Brain.
comfort.
I think so, brain.
One of your-
But what does a steam powered giraffe actually eat?
Damn.
Doop.
Careful.
Just,
So-
yeah, no, this particular stage is pretty much the calm before the storm,
Ow.
because after this, we're literally going to be right back where we started, and we'll finally, at long last, achieve Mad
Oh,
Rat's
come on.
long-deserved
Okay, that second
vengeance.
time was on you. You could have. You should have learned there.
There we go.
Yeah, I
Hold the
know.
bill, good sir, but what did you just say there, James, man? This is the end of the game, right? Mad Rat's gonna die, like, once we get to the end of the stage, right? Right?
Well, yeah,
should.
we're out of time.
There you go.
I mean, I did not say the game was going to outright end, but
Oh,
this is going to be the part where Mad Rat does get his much-deserved vengeance.
No, but you
Awesome.
said he was going to go right back to square one, literally. You
Well, then,
just
like-
said that.
Well, he meant that we're gonna get to the you know what I mean. Oh, geez,
We're
get after
going
us.
back to where we
Oh.
started, like, you know,
Oh.
place-wise.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
but-
case where in the last stage is the first stage.
We're literally gonna be in a book ending.
Well, I mean, I don't mind that. The journey can have book endings. Also, oh, jeez. Also, yeah, that part where it was slowing down, that's the kind of crap that would always mess me up in DDR when, like, the song suddenly became so slow that I would, like,
Yeah.
I would, like, lose my balance.
Believe you me, we're starting to get to the levels where they start flaunting that, authority the most.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
just because
funny.
the music usually stays in time, not like
Oop, oh, there you go.
Whoa, that was
And
cool.
And
Ah,
I
dang
will,
it.
I will say, it's this where I realized one of the big problems with Mad Red Dead, and it's primarily the fact that, well, it's your timing. It's a matter of timing your, air time as well as trying to aim your homing attack. Because if you press the wrong button at the wrong time, you're gonna lose your chance at getting that homing attack.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that's honestly, again, aside from the boss fights, that's like my other biggest gripe with Mad Red Dead. I mean, otherwise the rest of the
we've
game is
reached the
damn
end,
near
boys and
perfect.
girls.
Hey!
Yep.
Rebirth
Rebirth.
complete.
Alright.
This is kind of weird seeing them just slowly dance like that, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I know. It's like, you could go faster now.
Yeah.
oh yeah, by the way,
Oh,
speaking
no.
of book endings,
Oh, we're at the
Finally made it back
talking.
to the main menu.
We were here for so long, but it feels like it's been forever. I still love the song.
That's a good
too.
song.
I'm sick of this place. Not the song though, it's a jam. Now where is...
Now, are you really gonna kill me?
well, that's what you came here for, right?
I can't die until I sell things.
Why are you so...
I mean, look at me.
That looked like something the cat dragged in.
I don't know how I could ever forgive him. I thought about it over and over.
At least you tried.
Is revenge the only way?
If I see his face now, maybe I'll know what to do.
Right. You should think about it first.
Let's find him. He should still be here.
Time for a proper closure with a jammin' song. And yes, Logan, I'm thinking the exact same thing. Rats, we are the
We are the
rats.
rats.
Bash. Michael,
Oh, I love the song.
bacon ice cream is on its way. And Michael, you're such a good boy this year. Open the big gifts while we all cheer.
I still need to find a clean version of Cheddar Chase so I can do that mashup.
I'm sure you can find. I'll find it for you. But yeah, no. Again, now. Oh, now we can talk about it because now after the last part, so we did end up watching the Game Awards, and I still agree. And I'm gonna be honest, I now know a bit more about it. The main jury board for the ballots and stuff for the Game
Are
Awards
rigged.
is mainly not rigged, but it's mainly comprised of people from like Hollywood. So
They're lemmings.
Lord knows they would not have probably heard of a lot of these games, which is probably why games like this did not even get any sort of like mention for best score.
Seriously, like this game more. I mean, I would not say it deserves the award, but it at least deserves the nomination.
Like you
Yeah.
would think a music-based game like this. Jeez, this beat is pumping. But you would think a musical game like this or NSR, maybe not Melody Memory because that's mainly just reused songs, but you would think a
Yeah.
musical. You would think a musical game would be one of the best, like freaking qualifiers for having a good score in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give them credit. They at least gave it to a game that actually did deserve it because I might not be a Final Fantasy fan, but the 7 Remake soundtrack is genuinely good, and I'm still
Oh, yeah, it's
imagining that.
fantastic.
And I'm still imagining that Neil Druckmann is still threatening to kill the judge that voted for that.
No, I'm still under the impression that he let that one slip, if only because if he probably knew that if he won all of those awards, that would be like the surefire sign that it was all suspicious from the beginning.
I can
Yeah.
tell you one. I can tell you one thing that a friend of mine once told me, which I didn't
What's
really
that?
follow. I never really did it, but I have to agree with him. Is that say if you were cheating on a test, people are less likely to raise an eyebrow at a 95 out of 100 than a 100 out of 100.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
But I'm also saying you say that as if Neil would even really care.
I mean,
Well, he clearly didn't care when he got the award for Game of the Year.
it just I don't know. But at the same time, though, I agree with you that he probably wasn't surprised because when you win you win 5 awards already, it's already geez, it's fire. But
Yeah, this part's a little wonky.
What's really funny is that like I was making jokes about the fact that, like, I know, like, Last of Us 2 got so many nominations. I was making, both me and Logan were making all the jokes about, like, Hades getting all those nominations. Yes, Matt's gonna murder us for saying all that. The only reason I didn't give Last of Us, like, a second thought is that, gonna be completely admitting here, I forgot it came out this year.
Same here.
Yeah.
Well,
same here.
I didn't forget that it came out. I just forgot that, I figured it was just going to be one of those, it came out, it had its eye or whatever, and then people just dropped it like a bad habit.
I only knew it came out this year because of the controversy, and even then, I forgot what the controversy exactly was.
I'll toss this out there. I saw this incredible comment that said, "Last of Us 2 is the most fun I've ever had with a game without ever playing it." Just from seeing all the controversy and all the talk.
Just had to see the hippos do their, fighting.
Pretty much. But yeah, no, I don't know. That's all I'll say is the game advertisements were still really nice, and it looks like we had some really cool stuff to look forward to. I'm really excited for that game that Takes Two.
Yeah, that was good.
That one was fun.
Shady, was it Shady Part of Me?
Shady Part of Me? That looks also
Shady
really
Part
fun.
of Me, yes.
Which is out as of this recording.
Yeah, that looked really cute, and I know James basically became a schoolgirl when they announced Ghosts and Goblins Resurrected.
Dude, the yelp I made when I saw that scroll and immediately saw Sir Arthur being drawn on, and it's like, oh my god, they are bringing this back!
Goodness.
Looks great, and
Yeah.
and honestly, this in the Switch that Switch port of Sea of Serendipity looks pretty neat.
Oh yeah, that was good too.
I thought that game was originally going to be on Switch.
I think so, but hey, we got a director's cut with even more content, so I'm down for that.
It's being made from the ground up, which means it's not going to play like ass.
I forget, Logan. Did you already mention It Takes Two?
Yes, I
Yes.
did, and I'm looking forward to that. It looks like
Yeah,
it'll
it
be a
looks
pretty fun event, but now it's almost making me wonder. So it is making me wonder if James and I were still.
It looks like a quirky DreamWorks game given video game form.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
don't
say, it
mind
looks
that.
like the best DreamWorks movie I've seen in 10 years.
The only thing I'll say regarding that whole trailer is that I just look at the book that's more or less the narrator and think to myself, what sort of adult-rated page master am I looking at
Right,
now?
the Book of Love.
I did think Page Master,
Page
actually.
Master?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Book
you
of
know,
Love.
Yeah,
the
man,
old-
fuck Ted Turner.
Oh, hang on, guys, we made it to the end.
And there's the
Oh.
woman!
Yeah, we'll talk more about
But
that.
I gotta
later.
end it off on a high note.
We was called here by humans. We should pay the rats some tribute.
Oh man.
Our first
broke
nod.
your streak.
I kind of stepped a little too much.
Ah,
Oh, well.
Anyway,
Oh, well.
let's end this once and for all. But beforehand,
It's him.
It's Ham!
hold on, Mad Rat. Look. It's a note from Bowser. Do you think the human wrote this?
only way to find out.
Dear rapacious rat.
Rapacious. Mad Rat, read it.
But I can't read.
So remember that questionnaire we got earlier?
Yeah.
I
have
have
a
a
dream.
dream.
Oh, this is the
I'll be this guy. I have my beliefs I must stand by, so that sad things won't happen.
So that was the human talking to himself in the beginning.
If many can be saved, we should try to. I might regret this decision someday.
Wait.
Nothing is more important than life. I had a dream, and that's why this rat should be killed.
I saw the signs. I knew it. This was a.
I hate mankind. Dr. Jim.
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 Oh.
Jim.
But no,
Jim.
but yeah, I knew it. It makes sense. We're in the lab. This was a medical lab, and so the Mad Rat was being experimented on to develop a new drug or something.
That makes sense.
So he was on drugs.
More or less.
Hey, Mad Rat, are you really going to kill him?
So now we have a choice.
Look,
The decisive choice.
He's right there.
I wonder if this actually affects the ending and stuff.
I think it does affect the cutscene at the very least.
He hasn't noticed you, so now's your chance. Are you really going down that road?
So now we can choose whether to save him or to kill him. Truth be told, I was gonna try to aim to kill him, but I kind of misconstrued the whole point, so I ended up saving him. Much like in my first playthrough.
Man, remember Undertale? That was a great game.
So are you really okay with this?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Toby Fox is okay with it, so I'm okay with
I've
it.
forgiven his sins.
More games have done that than just Toby Fox.
I know.
Rat. You really are an amazing rat.
Aww.
Didn't you know? I'm not normal.
I'm a animal of cold blood. I'm really glad you chose not to kill him. Thank you, Mad Rat, for putting up with me and all my dumb references. I'm really glad that I'm your heart.
I will say real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what exactly happens when he does end up killing him, like what kind of dialogue changes there are, so I guess something for me to look forward to on my next playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know.
Not tonight, anyway. So, yeah, all said and done. Now what?
Mad Rat, does this mean we're out of a job?
Yeah, it's almost time. Thanks to you, it wasn't much of a bad day.
We were able to leave our mark, right?
Yeah, the cute little doodle.
Yeah.
And we saved a girl.
Managed to save a little Goyle and a cat.
But I don't want to die yet.
Oh
I want to spend more time with you.
no! Don't make me cry now.
That's just life, Heart. It's time now.
No, I can't just accept it.
We have our next life. That's what reincarnation's about, right? Oh, God.
We're getting into that, aren't we?
Well, he is an animal.
Hey, Heart. Do you know anywhere nice? I get to choose where I die, so... I want to die somewhere nice.
Okay. Do you want to see the real moon? What? Was the one you just saw just a hallucination?
I ended that running gag.
Oh,
But yeah, that sounds good.
okay.
Dying in the moonlight sounds picturesque. Let's go to the rooftop. Let's play that music.
Mad Rat. Alright, I got it.
Let's keep it up to the very end, Heart.
All
And I'm
right.
just gonna say right now, if the game did end off with this stage, I would have been more or less happy.
Well, I mean, this
Yeah.
feels like a culmination of what we've been through thus far.
True.
But,
But
What
you know,
more
there's-
is there to really be done?
Are
other
you-
than-
Like, and this feels like the proper kind of closure music because Mad Rat finally did his quote unquote deed, and now he's going to, make
He's going
one
to
last
end on a
stand
high
to reach
note.
his ultimate resting place.
are
Yeah.
you...
You can't, but you can't fool me, James. I see those other two videos in the playlist.
Yeah, no, it's not going to end
Cool.
just like that.
Look-
We still have one, we still have one more loose thread to take care of.
But I was gonna say, the other
Unless
thing was...
they're just more of a hallucination.
Oh.
Whoa.
Just like those
Yeah.
things.
Well, the other thing I was going to ask was that, like, without getting into spoilers just yet, because I'm still new to this whole plot, is, are you upset that they went beyond this point?
Not really. I mean, at the end of the day, I do totally understand why, because, I mean, this, even though as much as I would have loved this kind of closure, it still would have left the loose thread in the form of the rat god.
Yeah.
And they do, and obviously, it goes without saying, ladies and gentlemen, for the ending of the game, we are going to have to deal with her.
Right. Well, I mean, of course, because that's clearly... There's clearly some other bigger thing at hand, and clearly this is leading to the deaths of other rats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the same thing can't happen again.
There's some sort of scam is happening here. We need to figure out what is going on.
So we're being swindled on a cosmic scale.
Ow.
Right.
I mean, we're taking the trip to our ultimate resting place. I didn't say it was going to be a pleasant trip.
Right.
Yeah. Still, this feels like the fitting, it's bittersweet, but it'll be A-okay. In a confident sort of way, music.
Yeah.
I want to ask because, just going through this playthrough, because while we were on our off time with this playthrough, I've been listening to a bunch of songs from the soundtrack. Did this same composer work on any of the other games that the studio made?
To that, I can't answer that because I've only played so many of the NIS's titles.
I mean, I noticed that there are several, musicians labeled under the soundtrack, so I assume, any one of them could have worked on any of their other projects.
And I did bring him up. Earlier that Daiz Iwasaki. He mainly does his own EPs and albums and stuff. He has a whole entire YouTube channel called DaiZiwasaki.com, and he's been working on a bunch of stuff.
Neato.
Actually, one thing I will say regarding Mad Red Dead that I'm kind of surprised about, like, I noticed that with, the few NIS games I have played, they do like to sneak in a little reference to some of their, Diz Guy related stuff, most especially like Breeze and whatnot.
That is
They
true.
don't make any sort of like visual callback to their other games.
Well, is there any DLC planned for this game?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I think this is pretty much a one and done.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like a story like this probably, like, unless it's for, like, a bonus stage that doesn't really have any narrative, I don't really see any reason to really continue this.
Right.
Yeah.
I can imagine like some bonus hallucination stages where it's like Mad Rat is dressed up or assumes the form of other NIS characters, like say the Prinnies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny because the first thing that immediately comes to my mind, you guys, I'm sure most of you guys have heard of a little 3DS download game called Harmonite.
I know of it.
Yeah, I've heard
And
of
how
Harmonite.
there's a bonus, there's like this whole bunch of like bonus stages where they literally let you play with Pokemon music.
Yep, mainly from Black and White.
Right, because that was like the most recent game at the time, I think.
Yep, and it's still my favorite. Not the original Black and White, but Black 2, White 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we got it.
At least in terms, I'd imagine you say that mostly in terms of the overall metagame.
No, in terms of the overall story and gameplay as a whole. It has
Like
the
to-
most variety to offer for both single player and multiplayer.
Right.
Like, there's stuff to do
Okay.
every day in the game.
Oh.
It's jam-packed with bonus content after the main campaign. It's just... Oh, it's so frustrating that Game Freak isn't allowed to make, like, another game of that caliber. Because TCPI is just a bunch of... They're in it more for the franchise rather than the games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it's been since day one.
Yeah, but it's become especially egregious ever since Gen 6.
Kind of.
Like, after Black 2, White 2, they were like, oh no, this game has too much content.
Hey.
You gotta download it back, or else why would they ever play
Mini
the
moon.
sequels?
So I mean, here's hope. I mean, the other issues that Pokemon's been always just the issues that I feel like the whole idea of making two games is kind of a dated
There's the
practice.
moon.
Oh, wait.
Anyway,
Ooh.
Look up, here, Brett.
That's the moon?
it's
I
pretty.
gotta do like this joke.
It was so much bigger in my hallucination.
Yeah, it was.
I had pretty high hopes for the real deal.
Yeah, no full moons tonight, Mad Rat.
But it's no big deal.
Good. Good sport.
That's how things are.
Yeah, that's true.
A graceful winner.
I've come all this way, and I'm still afraid of dying.
Hmm.
I mean, it's not really a comfortable subject.
It's the
But
human
I
condition.
guess that's how things go. I'm sure dying isn't a big deal either.
That's debatable.
Depends.
Hey, man, Brett. I've actually died once before.
Aw.
Yeah?
You're not surprised?
Nope.
I think it was kind of obvious. Uh-oh.
Ah, what the?
And I was able to spend one more day with you. I had so much fun.
Heart, turn around.
Someone's fucking with the TV settings again.
Good evening.
Of course, it couldn't be a happy ending for us.
Okay, I was
Hello
expecting
again.
something else, but okay.
It's time, little rat.
You were still inside me? All along?
You can't get rid of me. I'm in your head after all.
Well, too bad. Your wish won't come true. I'm going to die here, not being eaten.
You think I would ever allow that to pass?
Yes.
What?
We just have to turn back time.
Oh, devil damn it.
You'll have to do it all over again from this morning at 9 a.m.
No, after all we did to leave our mark!
Yep, unfortunately, she has those powers too.
That would erase everything! The girl would die, the mark, oh my god, the cat would die. Maybe.
You're
Oh,
still
maybe that's what's
stuck
the
in
cat.
that wheel forever. You'll reach your happy ending eaten by a cat.
Stop! Oh!
God damn it, Rat God.
What can I say? I'm a bitch.
I'm suddenly reminded of the Vine Sauce playthrough of Super Paper Mario.
And I can see that, so crap, we're going way back.
Back to the beginning.
Play the shitty games that suck ass.
Sure, why not? So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for Mad Rat Not Dead.
Okay.
Bye.
Teehee.